Let's go back on board with Andy Moore. Andy Moore on the lap as well. Not too sure if Andy is rapid here or if he's going to be around mid-table. I'm not too sure. But Andy will cross the line. Jamaican Bacon will go P1. Andy will cross the line for a... Not too bad. 2.1 off the leader currently of Latifi. That is going to be a lap cancellation there from Latifi. Let's go on board now with Andy Moore. Mr. Moore, how's your lap going? 8 temps up and now 3 seconds down. Not been great there from Mr. Moore by the looks of it. Who I've recently found out. What was I going to say? I don't remember. But Andy Moore has finished in the points nearly every time this season. Currently sat on 41 points. Not too bad. Only 90 away from the championship leader. With a decent amount of races to go, Andy could theoretically catch and win the championship if he does win every single race. So it's up to Mr. Moore. If he wants it, he can get it. But how much does he want it? That is the real question. Into the pits he goes. Well, well, well. The championship leader takes pole position once again in Tier 2. The Jamaican Bacon rounds off our qualifying here today. Coming in that pole position. Elite Shots in that second position. Is the championship order repeating itself? Potentially. Demizi in P3. Latifi in P4. Dilb in P5. Going to have to make up some ground if he wants to catch the likes of Elite Shots and the Jamaican Bacon in the championship. Shredder Meats in P6, Dr. Mystique in P7, Nova in P8, Zonic in P9, Andy Moore rounds off the top 10 in P10, Freemando in P11, Raldist in P12, and a moment of soon to come. The red lights are coming, and it's 5, and lights out and away they go. Can the Jamaican Bacon keep the lead of this race? That is the real question. Almost 3 wide going in towards turn 2. McLaren off the track. That is Dilb seeing nowhere near by side. A little bit more contact there from the McLarens when faced against the Williams. And the Jamaican Bacon has had a tumble and is now in last. Is there wing damage? There is. That is not what you want to see, especially if you're a Williams fan. Elite Shots also must have been involved in that. Now in 10th. Was it a bad overtake? But now this has completely opened up the race here for the likes of Latifi, Demizi, Nova, Shredder Meats and Dilb. Two closest cars out on track currently are these two fighting. Mercedes versus the Red Bull. You don't see it often. Elite Shots on the back of Andy Moore. Surely it's a moment of when, not how. And that is how, and that is when. Into the hairpin in Sector 3. Elite Shots makes up that position. Bacon Bacon now, both to make a pit stop. But it'll be interesting to see who does. The Mizzy in the pits. Lizardos into the pits. By the looks of it, the whole grid now into the pits for the medium tyres, if not towards the hard tyres. But a lot of them are going mediums. Mediums till the end. Looks to be viable here. Nova on the hards. It's good to see some variation between some of the tyres. And I think that hard tyre call is the right one. Especially judging how long is left racing line. Everyone below the top 6 has pitted, apart from Elite Shots down in P10. Now that is what they call a dangerous call. Some racing action finally. Here we go then. Towards the front, Lizardos has somehow gotten away. 3 wide down into that first corner there. A little bit of contact there between the Kick Alfa Romeo and the Haas. But it looks to be clean. They've kept it clean somehow. Valdist is down towards the back. Haas down towards the back. Now, unfortunate contact there. That is for sure. Andy Moore now up into P4. Flying in that Red Bull today. Can he get points? Deserved to get points. I'm hoping he does here today. The Jamaican Bacon making up positions. Dilb into the pits. He knows it's pit time. The Jamaican Bacon stays out, reclaiming potentially the lead of this Grand Prix. No, it will be... Okay, reclaiming third in this Grand Prix. Not a bad position to be in whatsoever. Behind nonetheless. The Mizzy on the back of Nova. And now involved in a 3-car battle. And Andy Moore has snuck past beautifully on those fresh mediums. Could this be Andy's race to now go ahead and win? He's not too far away from the front runners. Anything is possible. Potentially could win in Tier 2. Needs to catch up a decent amount of ground though. The Jamaican Bacon and Dilb more than 1 second up the road from the rest of the pack. Andy Moore now up in towards P2 after Raul Dist has pitted. 7 lap-old mediums for Andy. Could this be the race win he always wanted? I'm cheering him on. That is for sure. Andy in P2. And they have gone. It looked like a little bit of a jump start there from Andy Moore. Shredded leading, backing out and then starting once again. Down the inside, the Jamaican Bacon goes on Andy Moore. And now they're 3 wide going in towards turn 2. Andy losing out on 2 positions there. 1 to Dilb and 1 to the Jamaican Bacon. What can the Jamaican Bacon do though? Can he catch up to Shredded Meats on those 8-lap-old medium tyres? How slower will it be? How much slower will they be? This camera angle is so nice. I love Canada. Jamaican Bacon now closing the distance, and down the inside he looks, and slightly wide there. Misbraking, but keeps the position on not only Dilb, also on Shredded Meats. Dilb now looks to the outside, soon to be inside, going into this right-hander. Gets the position. The Jamaican Bacon now into the pits to serve that drive-through penalty nonetheless. And now we will see Andy still in P3. Shredded trying to catch up to Dilb in P1. Hatch in the back of Shredded. These two veterans of the sport here. Veterans of F1 RL. Both originally tier 1 drivers before the league was split into 2 tiers. But which one has got the more pace and which one has got the more confidence in that car to push it? But the Williams is now approaching the Mercedes and gets past. Lovely. The Jamaican Bacon up into P5 now. There's Andy Moore being penalty free. Let's just quickly get a double check on how long penalties are for people here today. The two out front seem to be just 3-second time penalties. So as it stands, Andy wouldn't actually gain... Oh no, Andy would gain 1 position as it stands. So needs to stay within that 3-second gap of Shredded Meats to be on that 2nd place in that podium. Dilb's tyres are going to be very ropey coming into these final laps of this race. They're going to be very slidey, as we could potentially catch a slide here. Andy Moore being overtaken here by Demizzi. Both penalty free, so this will change the order of the race. But it still could mean a podium for Andy if he can stay within that 3-second time penalty of Shredded Meats here. But the Jamaican Bacon's now on the back of Andy. Is Andy going to get swallowed once again by the Williams? Down the inside, the Williams goes. Looks to have kept it clean. A little bit of a slide there from Andy. And it seems to be in the wall for both drivers there. I'm unsure whose fault that would have been. Maybe Andy's for not leaving the space. Maybe the Jamaican Bacon for going for a gap that didn't exist. Unsure. That is for sure. I don't think it is, judging by the rest of the gaps. But Dilb in the McLaren is approaching the final corner and will cross the line to win the Canadian Grand Prix. Congratulations to that McLaren driver. Absolutely smashed it. And to the line it will be Demizzi taking home that 2nd place. Shredded in 3rd. Elite Shots crosses in 4th. Jamaican Bacon in 5th. Penalties come into play for Andy Moore. Up into 5th he goes. Raudist P7. Zonic will now come across the line for P8. Nova will cross the line in P9 and Lizardos in P10. Dilb's first win in Tier 2 this season. Final finishing order with all penalties the drivers picked up in the races. Of course, any incidents will be looked at by the stewards and penalties will be given depending on the severity of the incident. Dilb finishes in P1, Demizzi in P2, Shredded in P3, Elite Shots in P4, Andy in P5, starting P10. Very nice race from him here today. Jamaican Bacon down in P6, but with fastest laps, it gets that extra 1 point there. Raudist in P7, Zonic in P8, Nova in P9, Lizardos finishes up everyone that finished the race in P10. The 4 DNFs go to Dr. Mystique, Latifi, Pharrell, and Freemendo.